That is beautiful by the Leafs, as we were talking about 0-2 to start the preseason. Oh no, we're going to suck this year. Well, now we're 2-2 as we beat the Buffalo Sabres 3-1. Technically it was 2-1, but it was 3-1 because of the empty netter. And, hey, another solid game for the Leafs. They do a good job all game long. They outshoot the Buffalo Sabres 33-25. Freddie Anderson was in net for most of the time. 1 goal on 18 shots. Pretty solid. And then Kaskisuo came in and made 7 saves to end off the game. Leafs were great in this one. They caused a lot of turnovers. They were forechecking hard. And Calle Rosen had a great game, and he's a guy that people are still like, oh, is he going to make the team or not? That's always been the question. That is still going to be the question until the final cuts have been made. Now, we have heard, forwards-wise, that the main, I guess, deal for the last spot is the center position. Dominic Moore, Eric Fair, and, lost it. I don't know who it was, but it was somebody else. Mike Babcock said it before the game. Anyways, to this one, James Van Riemsdyk pots in his second goal of the preseason, assisted by Marner and Nikita Zaitsev. The initial shot was by Mitch Marner, I think it was Nikita Zaitsev, and they must have both got sticks on it because Marner got an assist with that as well. Leafs up 1-0. Hudson Fasching tied the game up off a crazy deflection that just go. We can't blame Freddie Anderson on that. That was a crazy deflection. It goes in the top corner of the net. We went to the third period, 58 seconds in on the power play. Great feed from Connor Carrick, or it might have been a rebound. Kasperi Kapanen bangs home his first of the preseason. That's huge for him. That was on the power play as well. Calle Rosen gets the secondary assist on that play. And like I said, Leafs take a 2-1 lead. And that's great. Like I said, all game the Leafs were forechecking real hard, putting the Buffalo Sabres on their heels all the time. And then a great example on the empty netter, Eric Fair pushing hard, Kapanen pushing hard, Soshnikov pushing hard. And they get the lead pass to Soshnikov, and he puts it in the open net. 3-1 Leafs, game over. 2-2 in the preseason. That's better. And look, we talked in the first game. I understand Buffalo's not as good as Ottawa. I get that. But look, the 2 Ottawa games, both times, that was the first time, the Leafs guys were playing. Now, this is the second time, and we won both games. You got to look at it from that standpoint, right? So, like I said, Freddie Anderson looked good. He was making the saves he needed to make. Tough deflection goal. Can't complain there. I was just really impressed with a lot of the players tonight. Connor Carrick looked really good. Jake Gardiner was all up in the business. Carl Grunstrom, he was a -1 in this game, but he's a pesky guy. I really enjoy watching this kid play. Really, really great player. Martin Marincin was awful. I really don't think he will make this team, and I don't think he will play this year. He looked atrocious, took a couple penalties. I thought he was really bad in this game. That's just my personal opinion there. Like I said, Rosen was good. I thought Kirby Reichel wasn't bad in this game. He didn't take a penalty, which I think is key for him. And all the regulars looked pretty solid overall. When we're going into this season, we're looking at our regulars like, okay, can you guys be the guys we can lean on? And so far in the preseason, we've seen a lot of the big goals scored from our main guys. JVR scored today. Kapanen scored. Soshnikov scored. All the guys that, a couple of the guys that are fighting for spots, and then JVR scored. You look at yesterday in the 3-0 win, arguably there were 2 empty netters. Leo Komarov, William Nylander, and Morgan Riley, all regulars. They're stepping up. They're doing their job in preseason and lighting it up. They're doing a great job. Austin Matthews and William Nylander scored in the first game of the preseason. And then you look in the second game, you see Marleau and JVR score. So you haven't seen any out-of-the-water type of names score as of yet. But you look at it, Kapanen and Soshnikov scored today. Kapanen an actual goal. Soshnikov with an empty netter. Now, I have one question to you guys before we wrap this thing up. Kasperi Kapanen is a guy that came into this season, people thinking you can't not play him in the NHL. And I agree. What he showed us in the playoffs, and what I've seen so far in preseason, he has looked pretty darn good. But there are a lot of players fighting for that spot. Josh Levo, I don't think he'll make it. I personally don't think he'll make it. Okay? With that being said, will Soshnikov make it? I don't think so. I think Kasperi Kapanen has to make this team. I think he's a great player, a great depth goal scorer, a guy who can play on the penalty kill, a guy who can play on the power play too, and he's a really good shot as well on the fourth line. But that's just a lot. I don't know. What do you guys feel about Kasperi Kapanen? We got him for Phil Kessel. I want to use this guy. I don't want him to rot in the AHL. That's not what I want with him. I think he's a great player. He's got a ton of talent, and I want to let this kid play. I want to know what your guys' opinion is. So with that being said, this game is done. The Leafs win. They've won 2 in a row. They're looking good. Now, Monday night at the Air Canada Centre, or is it at Ricoh? It is back at Ricoh Coliseum. The Montreal Canadians are coming to town to take on the Leafs. Montreal so far, they're 0-4 in preseason. But it's preseason. It doesn't mean jack. They could start 4-0 to start the season, and then this whole 0-4 preseason doesn't mean a darn thing. So, they play, like I said, the Leafs. You're probably going to be seeing Matthews, Nylander, that whole dealio. Probably McElhinney and Garrett Sparks over there as well. I don't know when they're going to start the cuts. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to be happening. Then the game after that, they play in Montreal at some center. It's not the Bell Center, but that's that. And that will... then you play 2 against Detroit. And then the season starts October 4th. Against Winnipeg in Winnipeg, all right? So, hey, Leafs win again. It's nice to watch it. I love it. And the team's looking better and better every single game. Next game, it's going to be the 3rd time these guys have played. So now what are we going to see? Are we going to see some much better things? I'm eager to see, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you've enjoyed these last couple of games against the Sabres, especially the wins, hit that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below what you guys think of the game. Again, like I've said in each video so far, who impressed you, who did not? I think we can all agree Martin Marincin looked pretty bad in this game. But let me know who you guys want to make the team that are kind of like iffy. I want to know what you guys have to say about that, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow, Jay's edition, as, I don't know, they look to win a couple games to end the season off. Marcus Stroman versus Jaime Garcia. That is a 107 first pitch, but the video will be a little bit later for you guys just because I will be having my baseball to play. And also, like I've said, Leafs edition, Monday night at Ricoh Coliseum, Montreal Canadians, Toronto Maple Leafs, 7:30 puck drop. Talk to you guys then.